Hello everyone, welcome back to our second session. So in the second session, I'm going to correct grammar part, reading part and writing part. Okay, so now let's start the grammar part altogether everyone. Okay, we have corrected some part already, right? So now let's continue correcting the other part. Emma chooses or chose. You see the word last week, right? So it must be chose. Okay. Emma chose this restaurant to have dinner with her family last week. How about number 6? When was Pluto discovered? It was discovered or discovered in 1930. It was discovered, right? How about number 7? When was oxygen discovered? It was being discovered or it was discovered? It was discovered in 1772. When was the X-ray discovered or built? It must be discovered, right? It was discovered in 1895. How about number 9? When was the Golden Gate Bridge built? It built or it was built? It must be it was built in 1937. The last one, number 10. When was the Taj Mahal built or discovered, everyone? Taj Mahal is the building, right? So it must be built. It was built in 1643. Alright, so now we finish our grammar section. Let's continue to our reading section. Okay, and our reading section here is about history of transportation. As you learn in the class, we focus on 3 parts, right? We focus on automobile, airplane, and spacecraft. And I hope you can understand all of this very well. So I don't have to read for you again. So now just look at the question and answer all together. Long ago, people had to use cars and airplanes to travel from place to place. Is it correct? Full. People had to walk and use wagons. Number 2, automobiles with internal and combustion engine were made by Carl Benz in 1885. So it is true, right? How about number 3? Owen Wright and Thomas Edison built airplanes in the early 1700s. Is it correct? No, it must be wrong. The Wright brothers and the year, right? The early 1900s, not with Thomas Edison and not 1700s. Okay, how about number 4? Yuri Gagarin was the first person to go to space. Is it correct, everyone? Yes, it must be true. How about number 5? Today, only one country also wants to travel into space and other planets. Okay, so is it correct? No, not one country. There are many other countries, right? Okay, so now we finish reading part A. Let's continue to part B altogether, everyone. B. Read the text and choose the correct answer. So, you don't have to read the text again. Just read the question and answer with me, everyone. How did people travel before modern transportation came? The best answer is, it must be letter A, right? Walk and use wagons. How about number 2? What is a different name for a car? The best answer is letter C, right? An automobile. How about number 3? When was the successful airplane built? The best answer is letter C, right? In the early 900s. How about number 4, everyone? Who was the first person to go to space? Oh, you answered already this one in part A, right? It must be letter B, Yuri Gagarin. How about number 5? When did a spacecraft take several American astronauts to the moon? In 1969, right? Okay, letter A. Well, so now let's continue to our writing section. Our writing section, we have two parts, right? Look at part A altogether, everyone. A. Make 5 sentences with the words given. Okay, you can look at the example. We have invent, give a light bulb invent Thomas Edison. And then when you make example, the light bulb was invented by Thomas Edison. And the other example, plural, discovered in 1930. And when you make example, plural was discovered in 1930. Okay, now let's start with number 1. Microscope invent Zacharias Janssen. So it must be the microscope was invented by Zacharias Janssen, right? Okay, how about number 2? Empire State Building built in 1931. So it must be the Empire State was built in 1931, right? Okay, the next one, telephone invent Alexander Graham Bell. So it must be the telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. How about number 4? Laptop invent Adam Osborne. So it must be the laptop was invented by Adam Osborne. The last one, X-ray discovered in 1895. So it must be the X-ray was discovered in 1895. Alright, so now we finish writing part A. Let's continue to writing part B altogether, everyone. Writing part B. Write a paragraph about an invention that you know. What is it? Who made it? When was it made? And what do we use it for? Okay, so here you can choose one invention that you learn already. How many inventions that you learn, everyone? There are 8 inventions, right? Can you remember like compass, telephone, cement, microscope, thermometer, and other more, right? And now I just make one example for you about compass. You can look at these things. The compass is a tool that helps people find their direction. Many people use compasses when they are traveling in places such as mountains or deserts. Compasses help keep people from getting lost. The compass was invented by China's Han Dynasty. Ancient China made several important inventions. The compass was just one of them. Okay, so this is the style of writing, and in fact, you just answer my question and then you can write good paragraph about an invention, right? Alright, so this is the end of our session, and after correcting this, I hope you can know your mistake and then you can correct it next time. Don't make the same mistake again, everyone. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. See you next time.